Okay, good day kakabsat. Namo tayo met nga ti mapaspasamak ket ti mapaspasamak hantay nga nakapagklas-klasen. So, one option sana is to conduct an online class, but we all know that not all of us can have um, a good internet connection all the time. And so, eto, gumawa na lang ako ng video kasi ito yung hindi pa natin natapos, which I have already completed in the other class. Kasi I was able to meet the class at 8 to 9 but I have not met you. So, um, regarding the problem on posting and trial balance, you see that I have presented in a simple sample for you to follow. Okay, this I believe has already been taught to you. Kaya lang, for your reference, naglagay na lang ako ng short sample. However short the sample is, it is still sufficient. Kasi nga, kagaya ng sinabi ko regarding the preparation of the accounts or posting to the ledger and the preparation of the trial balance, parehas lang yung ginagawa over and over again. You're just transferring dun sa general journal or sa journalizing. That is where you should analyze and you should try to identify kung saan ba siya, i-debit ba siya or credit. Sa posting, naka-identify na yan. Trina-transfer mo na lang. Ang gumagawa ka lang ng mga T accounts for all of the account titles that you have used. And then, you're just going to plot to the appropriate column, whether debit or credit. The left side is the debit side. The right side is the credit side. Okay? And then, ayan, iisa-isahin mong itra-transfer. Transfer mo, ilagay mo yung date. Sometimes they use or they identify a particular for this. Like for example, this is the entry on the initial investment. But well, you can do that later. The more important thing here is that you are able to plot correctly all of the items from the general journal to the appropriate column of whether debit or credit in the ledger. So as you can see here, there's a 2,000 debit here for cash, a 10,000 credit in the next, a 10,000 credit also in the next, 20,000 credit in the on January 3. So plotting all of this, you have a summary of 200,000, 30,000 for debit and credit respectively. That means 200,000 was decreased by 30,000 and therefore that leaves us a balance of 170,000. So that is what you're going to do in all of the accounts. Additionally, from the posting or from the ledger and following through the trial balance, you must observe the proper arrangement of the accounts. The arrangement will be according to the acronym ALCRE. ALCRE means assets, liabilities, capital, revenue, and expenses. Mauna lahat yung mga assets. And then, within the assets, uunahin mo dapat yung cash. Then, susunod yung mga receivables, then mga prepaid items. This is generally in accordance to their liquidity. Liquidity, ibig sabihin, gaano siya kabilis maging pera. So, the nearness na ma-liquidate mo siya at maging pera, yun yung arrangement. Okay? Then, of course, current assets comes first before the non-current assets. That goes the same with the liabilities. Uunahin mo dapat yung mga liabilities na current and mga liabilities na non-current. Okay? So, ayun, that is what you have to observe in within the ledger and the trial balance. So, in the trial balance, you can see in here that you are already identifying kung yung mga balanse ng mga totals. Ibig sabihin dapat pantay yung debit sa credit. Kung hindi siya naging pantay, ayun, dapat meron kang hahanapin na mali. Okay, either yung journal entry mo or dun sa pag-transfer to the ledger. There are some methods that they apply para mahanap yung mga mali. But then, locating trial balance errors are actually more difficult than preventing it from happening in the first place. And the prevention that you have to apply is an ounce of carefulness. Mag-ingat ka lang. Kasi kadalasan, ang nagiging mali, i-debit mo siya. Naka-debit ngayong 10,000, naka-credit, halimbawa tong 10,000 dito. Naka-credit siya dyan. Okay? There are errors that happen na instead na debit yan, i-credit. Instead na credit yan, nilagay mo dito sa other side, sa debit side. Okay? And sometimes, ang isa pang error, yung hindi mo na ilagay. Okay? Now, kung isa lang yung naging mali mo, well, again, kahit isa lang yung mali mo, kung minsan, mahirap hanapin yan. Pero kung isa lang, there is actually a way down para mahanap mo yon. Halimbawa, very unique yung amounts na mga andyan. Minsan, pwede mong hanapin by determining the difference between the debit and the credit. Halimbawa, 200,000 yung sa debit, 190,000 yung sa credit. Tignan mo yung difference nila. So the difference will be 10,000. Kung meron kang incidentally, meron kang nakita na 10,000 na amount din, perhaps yun yung clue mo, baka yun yung mali. Okay? Sometimes, pag ganon, baka hindi mo na ilagay yung item na yun. Okay? Pwede rin na kung yung difference is 10,000, i-try mo. I-divide mo by 2, yung difference, like let's say for instance, 10,000 yung difference, divide by 2, that's 5,000. It could be the error is meron kang inilagay na debit instead of credit sana, or vice versa. Okay, in that case, you'll have to look for amounts that are similar to that which you have seen, 5,000, and then baka yun, tignan mo, verify mo kung nailagay ba siya under the correct column na debit or credit. Again, that can be applied kung isa lang yung mali mo. Kung marami kang mali, mas mahirap hanapin yon. In which case, the only solution is to redo and try to do the transferring all over again. Okay, so naka-note dito, note that the account should be arranged in the order assets, liabilities, capital, revenues, and expenses following ALCRE. Now, ito yung activity natin. So, dahil procedural lang naman yung part na to, so I've already prepared yung answer. So, ayan, 30,000, lagay 300,000, the first entry, lagay mo dyan. 300,000, the first entry, ang YAP capital, lagay mo dyan. Okay, then transfer lang. So, all you have to do now is to compare your answer with the list here, or with the answer here. So, I believe that you have properly placed all of the amounts here. Otherwise, kung merong difference, perhaps isa lang, and then that can help you locate your entry. Now, another thing na ginawa namin the uh, in the class last Monday is for us to prepare the balance sheet and income statement. Okay, yung paggawa ng balance sheet and income statement, well, muna dapat yung income statement natin before the balance sheet. Why? Kasi yung net income is a component of capital in the balance sheet. Okay? So, it boils down yung kailangan natin na concept dito nanggaling pa rin sa mga naunang chapters. In which case, you should know kung ano yung mga assets, liabilities, capital, revenues, and expenses. And you should know that the income statement contains the revenues and expenses. So ang gagawin mo lang, you'll have to deduct or you'll have to identify your revenues, you'll have to identify your expenses, then get the total expenses, then deduct the total expenses from the revenues, you have your net income. Then you'll be arranging your balance sheet in the order of assets, and one part would be the liabilities and capital. Again, it boils down to the knowledge that you have gained in the previous chapters that you should know kung alin dyan yung mga assets, liabilities, and capital. So, let's go. Okay, so ang paggawa ng income statement or any other report, ilalagay mo unang-una yung pangalan ng company. So merong title, report to. Merong dapat pangalan ng company. Pangalawa, ilalagay mo yung pangalan ng report. This is an income statement. Then, ilagay mo yung date. Ang date ay, of course, date December 31, 2025. Kadalasan, calendar year ang ginagamit. Na ibig sabihin, ito ang taon na nag-e-end sa December 31, 2025. It starts with January 1 until December 31. Okay, yung paglalagay ng date pag income statement, merong preparatory or introductory phrase yan. For the year ended, yan. Yung i-memorize nyo. For the year ended. Pag income statement. Ayan, lagay mo yung date na December 31, 2025. Okay, so i-format tayo labasid dito tapno na simsim pa tilangan na dapat naka-center dito yung items. Okay, then the sales revenue, no, income service revenue should come first. Okay, dyan na lang. Okay, ito yung nagawang dapat na trial balance after posting this. You just transfer from ito, cash to 51,200. Gawin mo dito. So, it's a matter of formatting na lang sa balance sheet. Okay, so first, so yung mga under income statement, eto na madali nang hanapin kasi ayun nga, from the very start, when you made the trial balance, the ledger, then the trial balance, naka-arrange na yan according to revenues, according to asset, liability, capital, revenues, and expenses. So visibly here, you can see the revenues of 55,500. Then, then you have the operating expenses. Okay, so you have here, para mas mabilis, copy na lang natin. Okay, I have here a hirap. Meron yata akong ito. Okay, type yun man lang kumalit eh, kaya lang masagot ang type. And so, yan, kinopya ko na lang kasi meron naman akong source dito. Okay, baka magkamali pa pag ng typing error kung sakali. Okay, what you have to do here is hanyo pa lang pagbatbatugin dito'y revenues ken dito'y expenses. Paigid nyo pa lang dito'y i-total yo and then the amount, yung total, yan yung ilalagay sa hanay ng service revenue. So that obviously, you have here two major parts. Okay? Halimbawa, meron din kasama yung service revenue. Meron ding other income. Nabalin, pagtipunin niya pa lang, and then bawas yung mga other expenses or yung mga expenses. So you have here two major parts now. The service revenue, then the operating expenses. You just deduct the two items from each other. Then we have the net income. Okay, so what am I? Let's place a double rule at the bottom. A double rule is a double line underneath the amount. It represents that is the main or the final amount in a certain report. Okay, so the highlight, it's actually some sort of a highlight. Okay, so yun yung tinatawag na double rule. Yung single line, that is a rule. Okay, and then yung mga ilalagay under the income statement, the revenues and the expenses, they are called temporary account or nominal account. These are in the income statement. Okay, those which are found in the balance sheet are called real accounts or permanent accounts. Okay, now gawa na tayo ng balance sheet. So again, sa balance sheet, gawin mo, lagay mo yung name of the company, name of the statement. This is balance sheet. Then, date. Ang date ng balance sheet ay meron ding preparatory phrase. Ang dapat andito, as of. Silang. Kasi, balance ko na as of that. No income statement ngamin, it's pertaining to this period. Walang kinalaman yung previous period. Okay? So, balance sheet as of. Okay. Now, in the body, meron tayo, ilalagay mo lang yung dalawang main part. The assets, and then on the next part, the liabilities and capital, representing the accounting equation. Okay? Then, okay, meron ka dapat mga category kung kompleto kasi kung minsan mga short illustrations, baka walang current versus non-current. So, current assets, una, then non-current. Okay, so current assets, you have cash, accounts receivable, arms, prepaid insurance. Okay, so siguro kopyahin na lang natin ulit yung mga amounts. These are the amounts. Okay, lagay natin dito. Then, yun namang non-current assets. Okay, kopyahin natin yung mga pangalan. Dalawa lang naman. Lagay natin dito. Okay, pwedeng naka-indent to eh. Ideally, naka-indent yan. Indent lang natin ng konti. Indent. Okay, yan. Para kita tayo, DJI, ang babatog na masaya. Okay, then, amounts. Okay, so, mabali, paspas-pasok ng Intel, syempre, procedural ng apartment lang din. Basta naka-arrange lang dito eh. And then, kung sakali, at least recorded dito eh, mapalin yung met na i-post. Okay? So, ayan. Anti-OT rule na dito eh. Kasi, these signals nga, ito total natin yung mga isang grupo. Isang grupo to. Anong grupo yan? Current assets. Then, tignan natin yung total. Ayan. So, ayan. Then, dito naman, isang grupo rin yan. Dalawang amount na yan ay tinatawag na non-current assets. Okay. These are the two groups now. Pag pinagsama mo yung dalawang amount dito, ngayon, okay, rule natin, signaling, ito total na natin tong dalawang to. Yung dalawang yan, ngayon, that composes the total, ay balik, madivision amount na dito, madivision na kopya. Ito sana. Okay, so this amount represents represents the total assets. Now, next, again, ito, i-double rule na natin to kasi this is the final amount now in this category. Okay? Then, dito naman sa liabilities and capital, we have current liabilities. Okay, unfortunately here, we do not have a non-current liability. Kaya lang, syempre, separate mo pa ilang metno kadeta, then combine it with capital. So, dito kasi isa lang yung liability natin and it's 80,740. Then, capital natin, ito. Okay, focus on this now. The capital is composed of the beginning capital, which is amounting to 394. Now, take note, meron tayong net income. Okay, gagawin mo doon, add mo yung net income. Okay, the net income is ito. Then, rule natin, this is now the, this is the total. Okay, then less. What do we deduct? Withdrawal. Withdrawal is 15,000. Okay, and so we now have, okay, ibatog tayo dito. No, DJ to liabilities in net capital or yung capital, ending capital. So datagbatog mo ko. Okay, so take note, let's simply consider the net income and withdrawal in the capital amount. That's why you always have to do the income statement first. After that, dun ka pa lang pwedeng makapag-compute ng capital. Okay, and then through Latin, double rule, ayan na yung total liabilities and capital or owner's equity. Okay, so I would like also to show you and guide you to the solution for the trial balance exercise for MECA. MECA ba to? Okay. So we have here a list of accounts. Ang ano lang dito is, ang problema lang is isang column lang yung pinagkalagyan. However, you should transfer. You should prepare the trial balance and transfer these amounts to their respective columns in the debit and credit side. Aside from this, you should arrange in the order of that we have presented to you a while ago regarding the arrangement on the assets muna, then liabilities, then capital, then revenues, and expenses. And therefore, ito yung magiging arrangement niya. Just take note, pwedeng hindi exact yung mga arrangement, pero ideally, ganito yung magiging arrangement. Okay? Notes receivable may come up before accounts receivable. Then, yung land, ideally, naka-isolate yan. Mauna na lang yan. Kasi yan lang ang walang accumulated depreciation. Okay? So, dito, isa-isahin mo na ilalagay dapat mauna yung property or yung non-current asset and building, dapat isunod mo yung accumulated depreciation for the building. Yan. Then, office equipment. Okay? Then, yan, yung accumulated depreciation for the office equipment. Okay? Then afterwards, you should get the total debit and total credit. Now, you should take note that MECA capital is a credit. However, in the given data, walang amount yan. Okay? So, paano malalaman yung amount of the MECA capital? Pag, syempre, eto, kompleto na to. Eto dapat yung masusunod na amount, yung 699,100. Pero dito sa column na to, kulang pa. So, tignan mo lang yung difference ng dalawa. That will provide you with the amount of the capital. So, yung capital, that will be the balancing figure. Okay? Then, ayun, there are questions on the total current assets. Ito lang, total current assets, para masagutan mo yan, ito total mo lang yung apat na to. Kasi sila yung current assets. From land hanggang dito, non-current assets sila. Okay? Ngayon, so total current assets, ayan, pag tinotal mo yung apat na yan, it's 161,500. Now, the second question is on the net book value of the building. So, pwedeng matanong sa inyo yung net book value of any of the property, plant, and equipment. Yung building, office equipment, furniture, and fixtures, those compose the non-current assets or the property, plant, and equipment of the company. So, the net book value na tinatawag or the net carrying amount, ibabawas mo lang yung related accumulated depreciation. Thus, for the building, the amount is 237. This solution is already uploaded in our GC. Then total assets. Total assets will be a combination of all of this. Okay? But in the solution, ayan, present na lang yung mga non-current assets at pagkatapos, idinagdag yung current asset that is already computed in number 1. Kaya hindi naman nire-require dito kasi na gumawa ka ng balance sheet. Pero pag gumawa ka ng balance sheet as what we have done a while ago, you have your two major categories, assets, then liabilities and capital. So the final amount after presenting all of the current and non-current assets, okay, you will get the total assets. And incidentally, there is a way for you to identify the total assets from the other side of the accounting equation. That when you identify the liabilities and capital, that is where you can also get the total assets. Kasi nga, assets equals liabilities plus capital. Okay, and then number 3, okay, ayan na yung total assets. Then number 4, total liabilities will compose of just these two items, the accounts payable, notes payable, so that is 35,000. Then net income. So the net income will be composed of these last items here, 85,000 minus the total of all of these expenses. Okay, presented here, and the total operating expense is 59,600, and therefore the net income is 25,400.